Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and welcome back if you've joined me before. Today's class is third instalment of my core strength series, and it's a 45-minute yoga conditioning class to tone, strengthen and build stability in your hips, your back body and also your abdominal core. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining. Namaste. And begin your practice in your comfortable cross-legged seat, propping yourself on the edge of a folded blanket for extra support if you wish there, and laying your palms face up on your thighs. So you're just placing yourself energetically in a receptive position, and gently close your eyes. And turning your awareness inwards, sensing your posture, making any subtle adjustments so you feel open and bright across your chest, elegantly long through your torso, and you're pushing the floor away with your sit bones, relaxing the hips down. Just settling in for a couple of minutes, inviting yourself to ground and become still except for the movement of your breath. And start to gradually even out your in and out breath, letting your in breath descend all the way down and expand your belly, your ribs and your chest. And just feel your body softening, releasing as you exhale. And on your next breath out, holding a light engagement in your deep abdominal core, breathe now in toward your ribs and your chest for your ribcage diaphragmatic breath. And just stay with this breathing pattern now so you keep that abdominal engagement. And you're expanding laterally into the lungs as you breathe. And just taking 3 more cycles of breath. And at the end of your exhale, drop your head toward your heart, eyes to the back of your eyelids, and gently blink the eyes open. Moving now into Baddha Konasana, bringing the soles of your feet together, knees wide, and just create a loose diamond with your legs. Taking your hands to your ankles, firm your sacrum and your shoulder blades against your back so you lengthen through the front of your torso. And on your inhale, press into your seat, see if you can lift your sternum a little higher, feel an arch to your spine. And on your exhale, chin toward your chest, around the spine. You can let your knees lift a little with the movement. Take a few more rounds here. And as we begin to warm up, just invite yourself to move slow and deliberately. And take your breath with you as you flow. And take 1 more round in each direction. And return to center. Fold the knees in now. Take your feet wide to the edges of your mat. And take your hands behind you for support. And just simply roll the knees now over to your left. And let the top of your right thigh and knee extend toward the floor, just in your comfortable range of motion. Your toes are flexed there. Just pause, elevating your chest, pushing through the hands. And then on your next exhale, take the knees up and over to your right. And when you arrive, lightly pressing your inner left ankle down, flexing the toes, and just feeling a rebounding engagement all the way up the outer seam of your left thigh and hip there. And now just flow side to side. And as you move to the left, the right arm can reach up and overhead. And over to your right, left arm can reach. And one more each side now, and if you like, as an option, you can press your hips forward and up, standing on your shins as you reach your arm. Last side now. And then take a seat. And walk your feet together. And then just drop back onto the soft part of your buttocks. And take your hands behind your knees. Raise the legs to a right angle. Coming into Ardha Navasana, half boat pose, maintaining an open, unwrinkled quality to the front of your chest. So you're lifting your sternum up and away from your navel. And either stay here supported with your hands or reach your arms forward alongside your shins. Try and stay really tall through your low back spine. And then press your hands to prayer. Take your hands to your heart center now. Breathing in. Exhale, twist to your left. Inhale back to center, moving slow. Exhale, twist to your right. So we've just got a few more here. If you'd like to modify, you can take your heels to the floor there. Particularly if your posture just starts to sag a little. So staying upright. You can take one more each side. And release, feet to the floor. Gather your knees in, hug your knees and then lift tall through your spine. And then just release the hands, reach your arms forward, step your feet away from you a little, big toes to touch. Take a deep breath in. And on a slow exhale, just really slowly lower yourself all the way down onto your back, C-curving your spine as you go, so you land lightly with control. And then tuck the knees in toward your chest, give yourself a little rock, side to side. Relaxing through the neck. And just keep holding the knees here. Raise your head and your shoulders, so you tuck into a little ball. And on an inhale, extend just your right leg and your right arm away from one another. Exhale, tuck back in. So just right arm, right leg, reach away. Exhale, curl in. And continue on. Your right leg can move a little closer toward the floor as you extend away if you want to make it a little stronger. Otherwise, keep the leg a little higher. Nice controlled movement. Now keep your right leg extended, head lifted. Interlace your hands behind the back of your head. And keeping your inner elbows nice and wide here. On your exhale, twist toward your left knee. Inhale back to center. Just twisting to our left, same side. And then center. We've got 6 more. And just allow your head to rest into your hands so you're not pulling on the back of your head. And final pulse here, we're going to bike both legs and twist left and right. So get the legs going, twisting left and right. Last few. And rest. Rest your head back, knees in. Take a few resting breaths here. And second side now, lifting your head, neck and shoulders, knees are tucked in. On your inhale, just reach your left arm and your left leg away. Exhale, tuck in. We'll keep going here. And as you reach away, minimize the curve through your low back by regulating how low you take your leg so you support and avoid any over effort of your lower back muscles. Keeping your abdominal core nice and strong here, staying with your breath. And then next time your left leg is out straight, hold there. Take your hands interlace behind the back of your head, keeping your gaze up, your throat open. Exhale, twist to your right now. Elbow to knee, back to center, and keep twisting in the same direction here with the support of your breath. Just do as many as you can. Stay with me. Last two. And then a quick bike out of the legs, both legs moving, twisting both ways, left and right. Last pulse. And rest, well done. Rest your head back. Hopefully you can feel a little warmth in the lower and side abdominals now. We're going to take a few calming breaths in a happy baby. Taking your hands to the outer edges of your feet. Shins perpendicular with the floor. And gently resting heavy into your lumbar spine. Maybe even just taking a little rock side to side. And balancing out now through the front of our body. We're going to release the feet to the floor for some bridge variations. So place your feet hips width apart and track your knees and thighs parallel, arms alongside your body. And just finding your neutral spine and pelvis. So there's a small tunnel just above your sacrum, little hollow there. We're going to take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift up into your bridge pose. Lifting the hips, let your feet grab the earth. So you're driving down through your heels. And then just find a comfortable and uniform arch through your spine. No need to overdo it here, something you can sustain. Adjust your upper back a little here just to merge your shoulder blades toward one another. And now isometrically draw your heels toward your shoulders to activate the bottom of your glutes, upper hamstrings. And same time, you're sending your tailbone toward the space between your heels. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lower your buttocks to hover just above the floor. Inhale, press back up into your bridge, and then continue on. Move slow. Just try and avoid your thighs splaying out here. So you're really weighting your inner feet and your heels as you press up. And then next time your hips are lifted, stay here. And on your inhale, raise your arms overhead. On your exhale, return your arms alongside your body. So hips stay lifted, just flowing the arms in sync with your breath. Keeping your back body engaged there. You're doing well. From here, we're just going to raise our arms straight up toward the ceiling now, shoulder width apart, palms face one another. Raise your heels so you stand on the balls of your feet. On your inhale, take your arms and legs out wide. On your exhale, come back to center. We've just got 6 more here. Good job, nearly there. Keep the arms lifted, back to center, last pulse. Now take your arms alongside your body, land your heels and take a final few pulses. So you're exhaling to pike the hips with the beat of your breath. Squeezing the glutes, working the posterior chain of muscles, and release. We're going to come all the way back down onto your back, knees in toward your chest, and just smooth the rhythm of your breath. Really focusing on the completeness of your exhale, just as a way of clearing out. You'll leave room for fresh breath to come in. And then from here, we're going to roll to our right side. I'm going to bend and stack the knees, and your right arm outstretched in alignment with your body. So you're using your arm as a pillow for your head. As you set yourself up here, try and stack the shoulders, your hips and your toes into one straight line. So knees point forward toward the long edge of your mat. So you're going to keep your upper chest, shoulder and head relaxed here. Breathe in. On your exhale, open your left knee out like a clam, and inhale, just take the knees together again. So keep flowing. As you open your knee out, try not to roll back here. So you're keeping your upper body nice and steady. And here we're working the posterior fibers of our gluteus medius muscle, just the side buttocks muscles and the hip abductors. We've just got a few more here. And then next time your knee is raised, hold here, and next we're going to tap our knees together and then tap our toes together and just alternate between the two. Last two. And now please extend your right leg straight and draw your left knee in toward you. So you're still on your side here. On an inhale, reach your left leg straight and long. Exhale, rebend your knee toward you. So keep the left toes flexed and just slow down your movement, keeping your left leg at the height of your hip. And then next time your left leg is extended, keep it actively engaged, toes flexed, and then just take little pulses. Last few here. And release. Rebend both your knees. And from here, we'll direct some effort into our obliques and upper body so your legs can relax now. So from here, just taking your left hand in line with your chest. You're still on your side. Take your right hand now to your left shoulder so it crosses over your chest. We're going to move into a one-hand push-up. So just do your best here, a few or all of them. See how you go. From here, breathing in. On your exhale, push into your left hand and lift your torso up. Inhale, lower and hover just above the mat. Exhale to press up. Just see how you go. It's quite strong on the upper body. We have 4 more. You've got this. Stay with me. Last 2. There's a rest coming up. And when you're ready, release. And then come to roll onto your belly here. You might be facing the back of your mat now. And we're going to make our way into a Sphinx pose. So you're just walking onto your forearms, your elbows a little ahead of your shoulders. Extend both legs back behind you and then push your feet down into the mat so your kneecaps are straight there, legs engaged. And take a few breaths here. You're just sending your ribs forward, your heart high, and swallowing your belly up and away from the floor. One more deep breath in. And release down. From here we're going to roll onto our left side now for our clam sequence. So your left arm now is your pillow and your knees bend. So your toes, hips and shoulders are all in one straight line. And then when you set up on your exhale, open your right knee out. Inhale, knees together. Keep going. So your right hand, the spare hand here, can either cup your hip or you can keep your right hand on the floor in front of your chest just to stabilize your hips and minimize rolling back as you open your knee. Just take 2 more here. And now tap the knees together and then the toes together. Last few. And now extend your left leg long and straight now. Right knee bent, breathing in. Exhale, right leg engaged and straight at hip height. Inhale, right knee bends. So move slow here, feel your breath. Make contact with your abdominals. Nearly there. Next time your right leg's extended, hold it there, toes flexed and little pulses. And release. Bend both your knees now. And then we'll set up for our one arm push-up. Toning our upper body and side waist obliques. Here your right hand is in line with your chest and your left hand comes across you to your right shoulder. So breathing in. Exhale, pushing up. Exhale, lower to a hover. We've just got 5 more here, or just do what you can. Start where you are. I've lost count. And release. This time we're just going to roll onto our back. Gather your knees in toward your chest. Just take a moment. Smooth the rhythm of your breath. And then just crossing at your ankles, catch a hold of your feet and take a rock and roll all the way up and over your legs, making your way into a tabletop position. You're going to land your hands under your shoulders, knees under the hips there, and tuck your toes. We'll just take 3 rounds of cat and cow here on all fours, just undulating through your spine, reconnecting with your breath rhythm. And returning to your neutral spine now. So actively engaging your abdominal core here. Push into your hands. Go ahead and hover your knees here. About 2 inches from the floor, and we're coming into this is bear pose. So stay really strong through the shoulders. Feel all the knuckles of your fingers pressing into the floor here. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, lift your hips up and back, down dog, and stretch your right leg nice and straight, and keep a little bend in your left knee. We're just here for a couple of breaths, keeping that even weight in both hands, drawing your chest toward your thighs, right heel's heavy. And then on an exhale, return to bear pose, so your knees hover. And then downward facing dog, your left leg straight now, a little micro bend in the right knee. Pause, take a few breaths. Your head's hanging heavy. And then return to your bear pose, hold there. And keeping your hips as level as you can here, abs engaged, explore reaching your left arm forward and balance. On your exhale, left hand to the floor and switch. Right arm now, right arm forward. And then right hand to the floor, and now we'll switch over to the legs. So 2 hands down, left leg reaches back, your right knee's hovering. And then left knee back to a hover, right leg back, if that makes sense. And then back to tabletop now, and then stretch into downward facing dog. Pedal out through your heels, any movement that feels good in your body. And hopefully you're feeling a little bit warmer right at the center of your body and around your hips. Pushing the floor down and away, elongating your spine. And taking 2 more smooth rounds of breath. And then center your left foot now. Slowly raise your right leg up and back, down dog splits, keeping a symmetry across your hips there. Breathe in. Exhale 1 time, core lunge in the air, knee toward your nose. Inhale, down dog splits. And on your exhale, step your right foot between your thumbs. Set your left knee down, keeping the fingertips on the floor here for low lunge. Here for a few breaths, just check and make sure your right knee is stacked over your ankle there. You're scooping your low belly in and up and activating your lower limbs so your right heel is isometrically dragging toward your left knee and your left glutes are lightly engaged. Next breath in. Reaching your arms, grab the air above your head, and then exhale, make your way into the half splits. So hands under the shoulders there, rolling the hips back, working towards straightening your right leg. Stay for a few breaths. Hugging your right thigh bone back in space as you dig your right heel into the mat. And then rolling forward onto the sole of your right foot now, transitioning into a high lunge. And as we've been practicing, as you rise up, keep a little bend in your left knee so you can really balance your pelvic bowl and upright your spine without coming into our back bend through your low back. So you're comfortably supported. Arms reach high, tailbone down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press your palms and lower your hands to your heart center. So you're going to prepare for Warrior 3, final pose in this sequence. Feel free to support yourself with your hands to the floor. When you're ready, lightly tipping forward, floating your left leg up and balancing now. And really press your palms together here, perhaps dropping your left hip down to level your sacrum. Doing your best to balance, just staying patient. Here for 2 more. And on your exhale, take your hands to the floor, stepping back to plank pose now. Pause in your plank pose, long and strong in the body. Breathe in. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. We'll set up for a locust variation. Shoot your legs back there, roll your inner thighs toward one another, and take your hands into fists. So your knuckles press into the mat next to your ribs. From here, swallow your belly in and up. Keep your gaze down, forehead hovering, and on your inhale, lift your fists just an inch from the floor. On your exhale, extend your arms straight back, upper back engaged. On your inhale, re-bend your elbow. And exhale, set the fist down on the floor. We'll do that twice more, so just move really slow. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reach the arms back. Lift your chest. Inhale, re-bend. Exhale, fist to the floor. Once more now, and as you extend, experiment with raising your legs and chest. So you come into a locust variation. And then re-bend, place yourself back down. Expand all your fingers now. Press back up onto all fours. Pause here and just round your spine into cat pose, pushing the floor away, stretching out through your back body. On your inhale, scoop the belly in and up and come into bear pose. So you hover the knees. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up and back. Take 3 cycles of breath. And center your right foot now, second side. Slowly raise your left leg up and back, down dog splits. On your exhale, core lunge in the air. Breathing in, down dog splits. Exhale, step the left foot up between your thumbs. Set your right knee down. We're coming into low lunge. Fingertips stay down here. Stay for a few breaths. Breathing your chest forward. Keep your lower body nice and active. Next breath in, reach your arms overhead, upright your spine, reach up. Exhale into the half splits, half monkey pose. Straightening out as much as you can through the left leg, even if you have a little micro bend in the knee. And trying not to strain the ligaments down the back of your left knee by fully engaging your quads. And then rolling forward onto your left foot now, transitioning into high lunge. Remember to keep a little bend in your right knee as you rise up. And lifting the front of your hip points up, lengthening your tailbone down, feeling that balance across the hips. Keep breathing. Deep breath in. Exhale, press your hands, lower your hands to your heart center. Preparing for Warrior 3, your version. Tipping lightly forward. Weight in your left heel as you float your right leg now. Try and level out through your hips. Nearly always the right hip will come up a little higher here. So even if it feels a little awkward, drop the right hip down, even if you bend the left knee. And then really press into your hands so you have that steadiness and activation through your upper body. Here for 2 more. And then hands to the floor, stepping back into plank pose. Pause here, breathe in, gaze forward. Exhale, lower to your belly. Same variation here with Locust. So your hands are by your ribs and then make fists with your hands. Breathe in, raise the fist just a little. Exhale, send the arms back. Inhale, rebend, and then fist to the floor. So we'll do that twice more in your own time. And you might like to lift the legs, the chest as the arms reach back. Just staying really comfortable in your back. Last one here. And then spread all your fingers. Press back up onto all fours into your tabletop. When you arrive, just round the spine into your cat pose. Breathe in into bear pose, hover your knees there. Keep looking forward. And then exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, pedal out through your heels. Lengthening your arm bones, really drawing your weight back toward your thighs, heels heavy. And then center your left foot, raise your right leg up and back, down, dog splits. Exhale, one time core lunge, hollow your belly. Inhale, reach back, down, dog splits. Exhale, step the right foot halfway up your mat now, over in the right lane, preparing for modified side plank. So left hand's your foundation here, spin your heels to the left now. Take your right hand up toward the sky. So you engage and lift the undercarriage of your torso here. And you can either stay here or add a challenge. On your inhale, lower your hips, send your right hand toward the back of your mat. And then exhale, sweep your right arm up and overhead, lifting your hips. So do that twice more, lowering the hips, right hand to the back of the mat. Exhale, lift and open. Last one. And then hold in your side plank now. Last few breaths here. A little extra challenge if you can, and you'd like to stomp your weight into your right foot and see if you can raise your left leg. Exhale, release. Hands to the mat, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Well done. Either pause and rest here if you'd like to do less, or even take a child's pose. Otherwise, float forward to your high push-up. Exhale to your belly. 3 rounds of Locust with your fists. As before, in your own time. So you're moving nice and slow so you can really feel your upper back muscles working here. Perhaps lifting your legs and your chest as the arms swim back. And release, spread your fingers, pressing back. When you're ready, onto all fours, pause, round the spine. Inhale to neutral spine, hover your knees in bear pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 full cycles of breath. And we'll move over to our final side before rest. Stay with me, nearly there. And center your right foot now, left leg up and back, down, dog splits. Exhale, core lunge in the air, make it count. Inhale, down, dog splits. Exhale, lightly step the left foot halfway up your mat. Side arm balance, balancing on your right hand now, heels to your right, left arm reaches. And try and create a rainbow curve under your torso here, so you're working your obliques. And you can either stay here, or if it's okay for your shoulder to flow, send the left arm back, drop your hips. On your exhale, push into your feet. Lift and fly your left arm overhead. Just twice more here. Use the blade of your right foot, sole of your left foot to launch your hips up and high. And then hold in your side plank now, last few breaths. And then just perhaps trying to raise that right leg off the floor, toes flexed. And then hand down to the floor, return to your downward facing dog. Well done. We'll skip a vinyasa here. From here, we're just going to drop the knees to the floor to take rest. Make your way into your version of child's pose. Knees wide or narrow, and just letting go of all your effort now. Across the back of your shoulders, your belly softening. And focusing on extending the length of your out-breath. And taking 3 more cycles of breath. And gently peeling up. We're going to make our way onto our back now. And just taking your feet to the floor, knees bent, and aligning your spine into a straight line. So just pick up your right foot here and extend your right leg up toward the ceiling, interlacing your fingers behind the back of your leg. Toes flexing back toward your face. And now press your sacrum lightly down into the mat. So you keep a little trough in the low back. And your pelvis can find neutral. And feel free to extend your left leg out straight along the mat if you have a little bit more space to explore through the back of your hamstrings. Try and keep your head and shoulders resting there. And then transitioning now into a hip groin stretch, taking your right ankle to the top of your left knee, drawing your left knee back toward you. Pause and breathe. And release. Same sequence, left side now, right foot to the floor, left leg reaches up. And reclined pigeon now, left ankle, top of your right knee. Re-lengthening your glutes, outer hips now. And release. Last few minutes here to fully relax and rest. Making your way into Shavasana, extending the legs out long, taking up the space around you. And turning your palms face up to the side of your body, just wriggle out any restlessness, any momentum that you might be holding onto there. And when you're comfortable, close your eyes. Give yourself and your body a big sigh, letting go, big long out breath. And for the next minute or so, just give yourself one point of focus. Might be your breath. It could be the sensations you can feel as your body relaxes. Might be a mantra or an intention. Just settle in. Let your mind's eye focus. And if you have a little bit more time, feel free to linger here. Otherwise, just gently stretching out, bringing some movement to your body. Bending the knees, feet to the floor. And then just rolling over to your right side. Take a moment there. Gently, gently opening the eyes. And then dragging yourself all the way back up to sit. And thank you so much for joining me for part 3. If you're following along in this core series, I hope you enjoyed. And take care, everyone. Namaste.